I'm going to begin by just asking what it was about this story that inspired you as a filmmaker. What made you want to tell this one?
I think what inspired me about The Courier was that it is an action film. It's really fast moving. The script is really tight. The characters are interesting. And I think the main thing, the most exciting element is that as a genre film, the lead is a girl. So it's a heroine instead of a hero. And we sort of flipped the paradigm of it because Amit Shah's character, Nick, is the sort of damsel in distress. And Olga Kurylenko's character, the Courier, is the heroine who's keeping him alive. And that is for me, like a new, fresh sort of take on the genre.
Because it looks like it's one of those films that has a really gloriously kind of simplistic premise. I mean that in a good way. It's kind of harking back to, I don't know, Transporter, Speed. Yeah. Is it in that kind of vein of action movie? Yeah, no,
it's great that you referenced Transporter, and that's what when we were first talking about the film, that was the sort of comparison. And we said it's the Transporter meets Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because it does have that sort of like you say, like a simple, contained concept like Transporter, but then it has a sort of edge and a style and female lead with facets of that sort of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
So is this one of your most sort of action heavy movies you've made?
It really is. It really is. It's fantastic. I mean, honestly, I love it. Yesterday we had this fight sequence in a stairway, and it looks amazing. And Olga has been training so hard, and it's really paying off. And then one of our stunt guys threw himself with no padding down several flights of stairs. And it just looked incredible, and you just kind of go like, this is so cool, like how can I go back to comedies? Like I'm ruined. It's just so exciting, and then you add in motorcycles and you add in explosions and guns, and it's just, it's a lot. It's really fun.
Yeah, does it almost tap into that almost quite childlike quality of it? Because I guess when we're just sort of growing up and we're kids and stuff, we're running around kind of pretending to shoot each other with our fingers and stuff like that. You're now doing that but kind of as a profession. And it must be quite fun. It's the world of make-believe, but at its most kind of entertaining, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It is just the world of make-believe, and it is at its most entertaining. And I think also with this film, what's cool about it is there are interesting human dynamics sort of underneath it as well. The Courier finds herself in a situation where she's going to keep this witness alive against all odds, against Gary Oldman's character, who's this villain. So you have all these moving parts and motorcycles and bangs and fighting, and then also that sort of the interesting kind of human dynamics underneath it as well.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, the cast is great. I mean, firstly, just a quick word on Olga as the kind of lead role. She's becoming a real kind of, she's great in actually these kind of big action roles. I mean, what was it? Was she always the person in mind that you must have been thrilled to get her on?
Yeah, it was that thing that never happens, where we went after our absolute first choice and got her. It's extraordinary. I mean, I don't have enough good things to say about Olga. I'm a fan of hers for a while, and she is has incredible natural ability as an actress, and she is great with stunts. She's great with physicality. She is delightful on set, and just couldn't be better for the role.
And we were just speaking to Dermot as well. You were saying he had this kind of big scene with Gary Oldman. And just from a director's point of view, kind of stood there, kind of directing two real power, sort of houses in terms of like Hollywood cinema. I mean, especially Gary Oldman, who's one of the greatest living actors in the world. That must have been great for you to collaborate with people that at sort of top of their craft in this industry.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm not alone in thinking that Gary Oldman is the finest living actor, and to be able to work with him was a dream, and to have not only great actors, but great actors, really embracing great characters, is just so engaging and exciting for a director to be able to see that come to life. It's really fantastic.
And just finally, I was wondering, because I think I remember there was another big action film that I loved last year called Final Score, which was Dave Bautista, Upton Park, and there was another. That was a great big piece of entertainment. I think that was a kind of Sky Cinema release.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, obviously now with the rise of kind of streaming sites and Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that, just wondering about the future of this film, and when you start thinking about where it will end up, if it might end up online, or if it might end up in the cinemas, and yeah, if that's something that ever comes into your mind during the shoot, or is that always is that something you worry about afterwards?
I think as a filmmaker, it is responsible to think about that going in, and I think that, you know, we're all we're in flux, aren't we, in how we traditionally watch our films. So there's some things I go to the cinema to see. There's a lot of things I watch on Netflix and Amazon Prime. I'm personally very positive about it. You know, I think that it's exciting that we have different ways that we can watch stories that are being told. So, you know, I don't have an exact sort of perfectly laid plan of how the film will be seen, but I imagine that there is, you know, now we have some sort of cinema release, and then we have some sort of VOD release, and then we have our sort of still DVDs are still happening for now, and then you know, and then you've got the great like Sky TV, and then ultimately, you know, this is sort of the Netflix and all that. So I do think it's I think it's great that we, you know, and I think we'll always, you know, I think we're kind of in flux, and we'll be finding our way of over the next few years of how these things are coming out.
Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you guys!